Arrivals in the last 10 years have gone up 91%, and room count has only gone up 36%. And so when you have overnight arrivals up 90% and room inventory going up 36%, there's a hole in the marketplace.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
And because that's the biggest challenge is the mortgage when you're buying abroad. This
Right.
is very difficult, almost impossible. And that's a big challenge because who has all this money to put in front, right?
Absolutely. And so what we did, Harry, was very quickly we went out, we raised a bunch of money from friends and family in the computer business, a bunch of Joel's clients. We put together a few $1,000,000. We bought mortgages. We went back out. We raised a little bit more money. But by that point, we kind of tapped our circles, right? And we said,
Absolutely.
Yeah. We said, gosh, we
you
need
run
more
out of
money.
friends, basically. Eventually, you run out of friends.
We did. We ran out of friends. That's right.
Yeah, so, it happened to me also. So what's the next step? What you do when you run out of friends?
Yeah, great question. So Belize, because it's a financial service center, it's like the Cayman Islands and the Turks and Caicos and the BVI. They have great banking legislation. So we applied for a banking license in Belize, and we received it in 2003. And so full disclosure.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Yeah. So full disclosure, I helped start a bank in Belize. I'm on the board of directors. I'm on the management committee. And so, we have a bank, but our bank is really a mortgage company. That's what we do. We lend money all over Latin America and the Caribbean to foreigners, mostly North Americans, some Europeans, who want to buy property. So again, we solve.
You want to buy property abroad?
Absolutely. Yep. Exactly.
And doesn't necessarily be in Belize, right? Could be
correct.
In another
Anywhere, Latin America and the Caribbean.
Latin America and the Caribbean. Wow.
Correct. Yep.
Wow, Michael, that's very impressive. I do have a friend that was applying for a license of the bank, and this is something.
Belize?
No. In London, where I live. Yeah, in London, and I've been told that it's and the collateral, the amount of money that you need to have a collateral in order for them actually consider your application. You're talking. So you guys managed to get the license to be a bank. Wow, congratulations.
It took 3 years, Harry.
Yeah,
it took 3 years to get our license. Okay.
Yeah, it's no. It takes work, lawyers,
money.
Money. You need to have a big collateral. The number that my friend has as a collateral is I think over 500 million. Something like that. He was applying
in London, in London, right? Right. In Belize, less, but it's still.
Still. And what I'm surprised is that, which is actually a big gap in the market that you guys are feeling, is that it's not only to a specific country, could be Latin America, right? Which is can help other people, especially from US, right? Because who doesn't want a second home in a sunny location and affordable? Because today, by the way, we're broadcasting from Miami, and I can tell you, Miami is amazing. And everybody in the US will love to have a second home in Miami Beach, but I'm checking on the price. Our price is like 3 to 5 million.
Right. And are you ready for this?
Mid beach, yeah, you literally have a million. Everyone is second home there, right?
Right.
So what happened with one that have less and still deserve a second home in a sunny place, right?
And Harry, so this proves the point of why we moved just from our mortgage company into the development space in 1996. We started our development company in 1996.
Wow, very impressive.
And, in Belize, right? And I'm going to talk about that airspace. You talked about the two buildings with the airspace.
Please tell us. We look forward to hear from you.
But
to learn from you, actually.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way to the end, and then I'll come back. You were talking about condos in Miami Beach for $3, $4, $5 million, right? Right, $1 million. Right now, today, very first property that we bought in Belize We are building a Marriott resort and residences. You can own an oceanfront Marriott residence for $350,000.
Wow.
So that's 10%. Harry, that's 10% of Miami Beach. And it's Marriott.
Wow.
It's a Marriott property.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Wow,
right?
with
So,
the facility and everything.
Absolutely.
Then how much is going to cost the flight from US to there?
From Miami, I don't know,
No, from
$600-700.
From US to Belize.
Same from Miami, like Miami.
No,
on American.
From US, from any. Let's say I'll try to make the comparison because you live in US, right? If you're gonna buy your flight to Miami, you have to pay a lot of money, yeah. And well, not a lot of money. You pay how much it's worth, yeah. Right. Flight to Belize could be the same amount and probably the same time,
$600.
And
$600.
And
you can fly.
How long take the flight?
So you can fly from anywhere in the United States and Canada to Belize for $600, $700, maybe $800, but sometimes $400 or $500, depending on the season, right?
Yeah.
And the ports, I mean, they have direct flights from Newark, Houston, Atlanta, Dallas, Los Angeles, Seattle, Toronto, Calgary, Montreal. So like there are direct flights, and the flight from New York to Belize is maybe 5 hours. From Miami, it's 2 hours. From Houston and Dallas, it's 2 hours. I mean, it's really close to the United States. It's not much further than Cancun. If you're from anywhere in the United States to Cancun, add 20 minutes of flying time. That's it. It's basically the same as flying to Cancun. So it's easy and convenient. But let me come back to that airspace thing, because that was really a fascinating point. I'd never heard it described that way, Harry. So by the way, I love podcasts and I love talking with people like you because I learned so much, and I'd never even thought of that or heard of that. But back in 1998, we bought a piece of property on the coast of Belize, on Ambergris Key in San Pedro, and the zoning for height was 2 stories. But we were listening, and we've been working down there for about 5 years at the point. And so we knew the local area representatives, and we knew what was happening in the local government. And they were talking about increasing the zoning from 2 stories to 4 stories. And obviously that's money. That's like the land's the land. It doesn't, right? You just go up 2 more stories.
Absolutely. If you go higher, you have more money.
More money. And
absolutely.
Right. So we said, all right, well, let's wait. We're just until they go to 4 stories. And that took a little while. That took maybe another 5 years, but they eventually did that. And then we were in the middle of the 2008 real estate crisis. When they changed the zoning, we had the real estate crisis. And so then from 2008 to maybe 2013 or 14, we had a small resort on the property. So it cash flowed. It made money, not very much money, but it was like owning a drive-in movie theater, right? It makes a little bit of money, but what you really are doing is just holding the land, right? Protecting the land. And so that's what we did. And then in 2016, we started looking for a major brand, and we reached out to Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, and several others. And we actually signed our contract with Marriott in 2017 to build a Marriott hotel on that property. And we actually acquired our neighbor's property at some point in the middle of that as well. So now we had these 2 nice properties right on the ocean, and then COVID hit, and we're like, so, all right, you're like, you get going and then something, you get going and then something. Anyway, then COVID hit. But once COVID was over, we were able to put our funding package together. We broke ground, and we had all the money to build the hotel, and it's under construction right now. It's very exciting. It'll open 2 years from now. Actually, the Q4 of 2027, we will be open for business. And
wow.
It's been a long time coming. And we have other projects in Nicaragua. We have properties in Panama and Costa Rica as well. And so we're doing other things other places. But this Marriott really is, I think, probably the Marriott in Belize is truly the best investment for a property investor in America today. And bar none. It is the best investment. I mean, look, you can own branded residence, 100% ownership. You own it. Fee simple title. It's yours, right? You own it outright for $350. So furniture and closing costs maybe $390. But for under $400,000, you have a oceanfront Marriott residence all in. going to cash flow at a very, very nice cash flow rate. And we can't talk about that here, but we certainly talk with someone who's interested directly with what the rates are and what we're projecting. Very nice cash flow. But also what's really important in a country like Belize is the capital appreciation. Some places you get nice capital appreciation. Some places you get phenomenal capital appreciation. And because of where Belize is in this path of progress, right? This popularity path of progress. Belize is really coming into the airlift increasing, the overnight visitors are increasing. The problem is that the number of rooms are not increasing nearly fast enough. Arrivals in the last 10 years have gone up 91%, and room count has only gone up 36%. And so when you have overnight arrivals up 90% and room inventory going up 36%, there's a hole in the marketplace. And again, this is what we look for as entrepreneurs, as investors. Where's the opportunity? Where's the arbitrage, right?
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.